institutionalization of the Islam and Confucianism dialogue in the form of center. The center for not just Islam and Confucianism, a civil dialogue of civilization in general, but certainly the core was that civilization, Islam and Confucianism. So in 1996, as Deputy Vice Chancellor, I helped to develop the Center for Dialogue. At first, for 1 year or so, I was acting director of the center, apart from being Deputy Vice Chancellor, because we couldn't find yet a full-time director. In 1957, we got Dr. Chandra Mustafa, that well-known social activist and academic. So we appointed him to be the first director, full-time director of the center. And to show that we were serious, that it was not just a one-time event, we set up, or we established, we introduced MA courses on these civilization studies, including dialogue of civilization. And that gained momentum. After the government basically made compulsory a course for all public universities. It's called TITAS. It's called Islamic Civilization and Asian Civilization. So that program introduced a new momentum. In that sense, we have to get people who can teach the subject. And University Malaya was chosen by the Ministry of Education, then headed by Datuk Sri Najib, the Minister of Education at the time. We became the center for that. Okay, so that one. What I want to mention as a light idea, since Pak Samsudin, Pak Zaid from Indonesia, during that conference in 1995, delegation of Confucians from Jakarta came to attend. And during that conference, they approached me saying that they need our help. They please help us. We belong to the group of Confucians in Jakarta, because in Indonesia at that time, Confucianism was not recognized as one of the state religions. It's not recognized. So they told me that they said, we want to conduct marriage rites according to the Confucian custom, but we couldn't do that. Yeah? So we have to follow the civil marriage. They cannot have marriage according to Confucianism, but they want to have no choice but to go through this civil marriage. Now, so because of that, later on, through my acquaintance in Indonesia, including the former president, the late Abdurrahman Wahid, they all played a role in trying to make that happen. So eventually, Confucianism became recognized as one of the 6 religions, the state religions. I mean, I was very, very happy to see that. So to me, that was a consequence of that. Another level, I didn't realize that 1995 event inspired other Muslim leaders, especially Iran. The President Jafar Khatami was very much interested in that. So he initiated this dialogue. He took a very, very important role in convening a conference of all Muslim foreign ministers, Muslim countries, on this in dialogue, which later became further advanced by President Dewan of Turkey right now, and the chairman, or rather the Prime Minister of Spain. These 2 countries play a very important role in pushing for the program agenda at United Nations, which is the Alliance of Civilization. And why Spain? Why Spain? Because of the position of Spain in history. So I remember in one of the books, in fact, now reprinted by the organizers here. My book published in 1997, one of the chapters said, I reprinted the role of Spain. Spain post Franco, Spain. Once they realize their Islamic historical past, then they will play an important role as a bridge between Islam and the West, the rule of Spain. Because Spain, in a sense, used to be part of Islam as well as to be part of the West, of course. Yeah? So I think the idea of bridge. So that's an important thing. And of course, I was very, very happy to see developments in China itself. Developments in China, the interest in other words, according to Professor Liu, that event in 1995 led to the creation of small circles of Muslim Chinese and their counterparts in China discussing about Confucius. There was a revival of interest in what is called Confucian Islam. Confucian Islam, or Islamic Confucianism. Let me conclude that. Yeah, so that's important as far as I'm concerned. Since some of last time does not allow me to speak of other things, but the point is, after in those years, after the event, there was always some progress going on. But I think now, with the new MOU between Islam, with China and Malaysia in the Islam Dialog, we're going to see a more vigorous, more active period of dialogue. All right. Let me stress with two points here. First of all, I think in talking about the future, what is the future then of Islam and Christian dialogue? I see a brighter picture. I'm quite optimistic on that. But we need to build more bridges with Islam and Confucianism. Now, in 1995, when I presented my paper during the discussion, question and answer session, I raised the point of the bridge. One of the bridges to be built is the role of Chinese Muslims. The role of Chinese Muslims as a bridge with Islam and Christianity is very important for a simple reason. They are of ethnic Chinese, or some ethnic group. They are Chinese. They're Chinese, and of course they are also Muslim. They happen to be Muslims. The fact that they are Muslim, which means that they can connect themselves to Islam, and because they are Chinese, and they can attach themselves, they can connect themselves to the Confucian tradition. Then in this country, Malaysia, they are a minority group, but apart from the number, I think they can play a very important role. And certainly in China itself, it's very important for the Chinese Muslims to play that role. What other bridges can be built? Can do that in education, in science and technology, on the environment, and so many other things. On even question of philosophy. To me, Islamic philosophy and Confucian philosophy have a lot of things to talk about on a wide range of issues. Right? So that's all I just want to say, because time does not allow me to proceed. Once again, I'm very, very happy to be here in this very hall to talk about what happened 30 years ago and what happened in between then and now. Once again, thank you, the organizer. I look forward to a more energetic, active future when it comes to Islam and Confucian dialogue. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.